following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Phoenix, Arizona, America. Brother Mike is back on the radio. Welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. Thanks for tuning into the program today. Today's Bible study, Mega Church Mayhem. Hey, can you call somebody and tell them the radio program's on? This is going to be a very interesting show today. I'll make some announcements while you make that call. Thank you for your help. This is Brother Mike. I am the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center. We're downtown on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road. It's a red brick building. I've been a professional counselor in the field of counseling and psychology for 39 years, if you can imagine that. Yep, I just revealed my age. I am an older person. Sorry about that. Look on the website. We have 2 live services every week, Thursday and Friday at 7 o'clock. Preaching, teaching, healing, and deliverance at both services. Both services are streamed live. YouTube.com/House of Healing AZ. Sign up for one of the free seminars we have on the website. When you go there, sign up for one of the training classes. If you know somebody that needs to be delivered and they won't come to the deliverance center or they live out of state, they can still be delivered. Send me an email, mike@hardcorechristianity.com. I'll send you the step-by-step guide to being delivered. You can take them through the steps and they can get healed. Mike@hardcorechristianity.com. Please go get the miracle list today. It's free. I'll send it out right away. Don't forget about our Zoom deliverance services. Zoom deliverance services. One for men and one for female. It's on the website tonight. Every Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Zoom deliverance classes. Don't miss them, please. Remember, our children's deliverance classes have been doubled. Check it out on the website. Sister Karen's on the website. She's on the homepage ready to list your house for sale. May God richly bless you. 1 Timothy chapter 3. It says, Paul says to Timothy, this is a true saying, if a man desire the office of a bishop, that's the Greek word episkope, and episkope is a leader in the church, he desires a good work. A bishop or a leader in the church must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given in hospitality, and apt to teach. Now, the Greek word for sober there is sophron in Greek, and it means to have control of your mind. The Greek word for blameless there is anepieptelos, and it means not to have a criminal record. Somebody who has a clean background. Somebody who can pass a, background test. And that's what it means. You don't want to put somebody in there who's got a bunch of stuff in their background that's going to embarrass the church. Paul's telling you that. He says they also must not be given to wine. They must not be a striker. Apektes in the Greek for striker there means somebody who starts arguments or debates all the time. Paul said they must not be greedy of filthy liquor. Iskrokrades is the Greek word. It means getting involved with shady money deals, lottery stuff, risky investments, things that don't appear, morally right, investing your money. Paul then goes on to say an episkope must be patient, not a brawler. Amicus is the Greek word. He must be a peaceful type person. He must not be covetous. Covetous. Aphalagoros is the Greek word there. It means someone who is not fond or emotionally attached to money or material things. Paul says he must be someone who rules his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. For if a man does not know how to rule his own house, how can he take care of the church of God? He must not be a novice, Paul said, lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil. And the Greek word for condemnation there is krino. It means to judge, judgment. If you as a born-again Christian deliberately sin, you can fall under the judgment of Satan. God's not going to judge you. He already judged you at Calvary. God's not going to condemn you. He already condemned your sin on the cross of Calvary. Satan has legal rights to do it. Krino, judgment. You can fall under the judgment of the devil, the Greek word diabolos, or the adversary. Paul said, moreover, he must have a good report of those who are without. Ektos is the Greek word. It means people that do not attend your group. Sinners, other Christians, people that are outside your fellowship. He said he must have a good report because unless he falls into the reproach and the snare of the devil. Reproach is the Greek word anadismos. It means verbal abuse or verbal scandal or verbal denigration. Snare is the Greek word pagis. It's a trap you don't see coming. You fall into a trap you do not see coming. For example, in India, they catch tigers there. You know how they do it? Sure you do. They dig a giant hole, they cover it up, and they put some kind of meat or something next to the hole. The tiger comes through the jungle, doesn't see the pagis, the trap. He goes for the meat, he falls into the hole and can't get out. It's that simple. A pagis is something you will fall into if you become a leader in the church and you have pride. Pride allows you to take risks and commit sins you don't think you're going to be caught for. Well, when does that ever happen? Well, thanks for asking. This week, a giant scandal in Oregon just broke out. A megachurch pastor has been tapping into the women in his church. This guy has more than 500 radio broadcasts and TV outlets. Okay? He makes me look like a piker. This guy's all over Oregon. He's got 150,000 followers on social media. He just resigned because of sexual misconduct. The Roy's report exposed him. In addition, 2 elders at the church, they also resigned. Why? They were enabling him. They were enabling him. They let him get away with it. This is very common in these mega churches. The worst one being, of course, Hillsong. They have ministers and pastors over there dropping like flies. Why? They're involved in sexual immorality, sexual corruption. Okay? This guy's name in Oregon was Ben Courson. He's only 33 years old. He's at Applegate Christian Fellowship near Medford, Oregon. 3 women came forth, and now a 4th one has come forth, saying that they had affairs with this minister. Can you believe it? Of course you can. Why is that? When the church in the United States threw deliverance out back, 80 years ago, 70 years ago, 90 years ago, whenever it was, the church has drifted away from deliverance. What happened then was they had all these people going to Bible college and seminary, coming out, born-again Christians, good people wanting to serve God, who were secretly infected with demons. I call it carryover. They carry their demons from their sinful life into their Christian life. They don't go through deliverance, so they then enter the ministry carrying with them demons of lust and fear and rejection and so on. The police department investigated this whole thing. They're investigating all 4 of the sexual misconduct allegations, and this guy's ministry is over. He's lost everything. Why has he lost everything? Well, because the megachurches, they do not require their ministers to go through deliverance. So if someone comes into the church who becomes a youth pastor, who becomes an associate pastor, a pastor, someone who is very influential and gets on the church board, and these people are secretly infected with demons. They're hiding bondages in their life they don't tell anybody about for obvious reasons. It's embarrassing. and they have secret lust spirits. So what happens? Well, if you're in the ministry, the devil targets you for termination. How does he do it? He targets you with blessings. He sends people to you all the time that tell you that you are a great person, you're a wonderful person, you look great, you're a great Bible teacher, you're a great preacher. Wow, you're so special, you're wonderful. And guess who he sends first? Women. What kind of women? Women the devil knows you are attracted to. Okay? Do you like booty? You like big breasts? You like them thin? You like them a little heavy? Whatever your preference is, and they know it, they will send you those women to adore you, to help you, to cooperate with you, to praise you, to encourage you, to bless you. And you then start developing what? Of course, you start developing a relationship. You're attracted to the person. Flirting starts. Association starts. Coffee starts. Let's go have coffee. Would you like to go to coffee? Oh, yeah. The devil would like you to go to coffee. The demons follow you to coffee. They develop a relationship. They help you develop. They increase your desires for this other person. They increase the desires from the other person for you. And guess what happens next? Let me think about it for a second. Oh, an affair. Unbelievable. How did that happen? Well, it happened years ago when you were a child and infected with rejection demons and fear spirits. When you became older and picked up lust demons, and then you got saved years later. You're only saved in your spirit man. The demons are not in your spirit man. Christians cannot be possessed by demons. The demons are in your body. They're in your brain. They're hiding there. They're influencing your mind. They're influencing your emotions. They're attacking your flesh. They're generating lust. And so all they do is sit there and go, hey, this person wants to be a minister. He's a pastor now? Really? Okay, well, let's just blow this guy up. Blow him up how? Exactly what Paul said. When you have a pastor like this guy in Oregon, he must not be a novice, lest being lifted up with pride he fall into the judgment of the devil. He must have a good report of those who are outside the church, lest he fall into reproach, verbal abuse, and snare, the trap of the devil. That's exactly what happened to this guy. That's exactly what happens to all the Hillsong pastors. That's exactly what happens to these people. They don't go through deliverance. They carry over their demons. You don't have to do that. 602-636-5800. I have seen hundreds of ministers delivered from demons over the years and restored into the ministry. It can happen to you. You can be healed.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.